قال ربي اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. There are two big challenges for me. First one is to finish my presentation in about 5 minutes, and second one is to cover the most of the stuff that I have put in my slides. May Allah help me, and may you all get benefited from me, and may I speak something beneficial for you standing over here. May I get started, please? Right. This is something that I keep asking my students to keep telling to themselves, that they are learning today to lead tomorrow. This is very, very important. So I'm not going to speak much about this. Yes. A simple question, sir. Who is an ideal teacher? You can see two things written over here. One is IPS and the other is CID. You must be taken back as to what I'm up to here. No, sir, I'm not talking about Indian Police Service or Crime Investigation Department. This is something innovative that we are trying. This is something that teacher has to have in her or him, and these are the three things that I have made CID that has to have in a student. Now, this IPS stands for before teacher starts. And let me give you the answer for the question that I have asked you. Who is an ideal teacher? According to me, an ideal teacher is the one who enters the class passionately and exits the class satisfyingly. And that is my observation. When you do that, by Allah I am saying, you will have a very sound sleep, and you will have a sense of, satisfaction that today you have done something for your community and for your akhirah as well. Now, IPS first stands for intention. Before you go to the class, have the intention. And you cannot have the intention, like Dr. Saab rightly said, that mere intention will not do. Your intention must be backed up with preparation. And we always say this to our students as well. Lack of preparation, brings the poor performance. Same goes with the teacher as well. Poor preparation will always prevent poor performance. So teacher has to prepare well for herself or himself before entering the class. Only then he or she can produce the desired result. So a teacher should have good intention. The second thing that teacher should have is passion, sir. He should or she should have passion, so that the students will become passionate and they will think big and they will go in a direction that we all aspire them to go in a direction. If we are not passionate, if we are not energetic, as simple as it goes, the way how we explain to our students, our body language, everything, that inevitably goes into the minds of the students, and our whole class becomes lethargic. So we got to be energetic and passionate. The third thing, S, is satisfaction. When you come out of the class, you should be the one who evaluate your efforts. It should be between you and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. What justice did you do with those 40 students sitting in the class, and you use their valuable 40 minutes? Those are not just 40 minutes. Calculate those 40 minutes with 40 students. It goes in hours. And then calculate for the years that they'll be studying in your schools. And it's going to be a total disaster if you continue to study, if you continue to teach in the way that you have been teaching without any responsibility. So I hope you have got the point what I was trying to tell you. Now, CID, this is my concept that I always, tell to my student. You can see in the picture that teacher is trying to, water those 3 plants. Those 3 plants are actually those 3 areas where teacher has to put efforts. The first one, C, stands for confidence. Let the student know that he is capable. He belongs to school and he is pretty much capable of becoming a future leader. Instill the confidence in the students and let them believe that they are going to lead this ummah and they are here to learn something from us, and we are pretty much going to help them out. And the second thing, I, stands for intellect. Let them become intelligent. Design your syllabus in such a way that they learn something and they indeed become intelligent. It should not be theoretical, it should also be practical. You'll have to work on that. The D, third one, stands for discipline, simply because Prophet, peace be upon him, said that the best among you is the one who has the best character. So we'll have to bring the characters in our students, without which we are not going to make them successful in both the worlds. Now, third one. Teaching is reaching to the hearts of the students, reaching to the hearts of the students and knowing what do they actually need. Most of the students don't need our teaching because internet is full of knowledge. They have lots of resources to learn from. So they don't need our teaching. They need us to reach to their hearts and know what they are going through. Most of them will be going through emotional problems. Most of them will be going through some, turmoil in their personal life. So we need to find out as to why they're concentrating. And the third slide, knowledge is not just, speaking. Knowledge is actually doing. So let them learn practical stuff. Now, good teachers. This is an interesting picture, sir. It has caught my fancy, and I'm sure it will catch your fancy as well. This is one of the teachers belong to Chennai. And he was to be transferred. And students opposed the transfer order of the government, as a result of which the government had to bow down to the students because the teacher had put that kind of efforts. Now, leadership practices, I'll finish off in 2 minutes, inshallah, not more than that. What we have been, these are the great leaders, but they couldn't retain their leadership because of the malpractices and the, they lacked integrity. And you know who they were. This is our research shockers, actually. As you can see, when we did the research work there, astonishingly, 85 to 90% of the students did not have a clear idea as to what they are going to become in their future. So that is the thing that we need to make sure. And the second thing is 80% of the students had stage fear, and that stage fear led to the inferiority complex, and they couldn't do justice to their talent, although they were pretty much talented. And the third thing, that 55% of students were academically excellent, but lacked the innovative skills. This goes in this way, and now what we have done for that research part. These are the division of our class. We divided into 4 groups. And introspection, this is the one skill which I'll speak, and then inshallah I'll stop speaking. This is something which we have done. As you know, recently, Astema took place in Kurnool. We thought of giving the same activity, leadership activity, to the students. You would be surprised if I told you that not only did they come up with the plan of arranging everything and putting everything in the place, they also took care of the smallest of things, such as who will be sitting, where, and what food will be given, how many speakers will be used, how many chairs will be put, what kind of arrangement. This is actually, instilling leadership qualities in them. And this is actually what we need to do. And one last thing.
Thank you so much. Now what we understand from this presentation is that if you want to inculcate leadership, you have first done that percentages.
Yes.
You have shown all the problems. Could you go to the presentation, please? You've shown all those percentages of all the challenges. Then you gave them opportunity, right?
Yes.
And then you're showing some results. So you're showing that the students were showing leadership and they were able to plan everything in the school.
Alhamdulillah.
Right?
One last talk and then I'll finish, inshallah. See, sir, this leadership can be theoretical or can be, positional. But it has to be accountable. I mean, the one who is taking the responsibility first needs to know he is accountable for the person he is taking charge of, and also accountable to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Thereby he will be taking care of both his conduct as well as his moral responsibility. I'm sorry I couldn't convey the way out how it has to be conveyed because of the time constraint. I wish and pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that all our efforts may get accepted, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala enrich our knowledge, and may we all become the torch bearer for Hidayah, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.